centuries, Africa has been dictated to. What to be, what to trade, what to believe. Its lands mapped by foreign hands, its leaders chosen by outside interests, and its future scripted by those who see it only as a resource mine. But change is here. A bold, unapologetic movement is rising, one that doesn't ask for permission or wait for approval. At its heart stands Ghana. Ghana, a nation of firsts. The first sub-Saharan African country to gain independence, the birthplace of Kwame Nkrumah's dream of a self-reliant, united Africa. Yet, decades later, that dream was stolen, diluted by foreign influence, economic dependency, and military entanglements, serving interests far beyond Africa's borders. Then came the shift. A moment of defiance. John Mahama rose to power, not just as a leader, but as a symbol. His victory wasn't just political. It was a declaration. Ghana will no longer be a playground for foreign powers. Africa will dictate its own future, but words alone won't free a nation. Mahama knows sovereignty comes at a cost. His first move? A direct challenge to the West, one that sent shockwaves across the globe. What is Ghana doing? It starts with Mahama's victory. The morning after the election, Ghana woke up to more than a new leader. It woke up to a new chapter in history. The streets erupted in celebration, but beneath the cheers lay a fierce determination to reclaim its destiny. This is Ghana's moment. This is Africa's rise. Waving flags, something deeper was unfolding. This wasn't just an election. It was a message to Africa and the world. For decades, Ghana balanced sovereignty and foreign influence. But Mahama's return marked a turning point. This was about rewriting Ghana's place in the world. His victory shook the old order. To the West, it was a strategic threat. Ghana, once a stable partner tied by aid and military deals with invisible strings, was now pushing back. Mahama's leadership symbolized defiance, a resource-rich nation choosing its own path. This election was a referendum on sovereignty. The people's choice was clear. No more Western paternalism, no more external control. Mahama's win wasn't just his. It was a win for a rising Africa that refuses to be dictated to. Ghana is no longer a junior partner. It's a sovereign nation demanding respect, economic independence, and global influence. This shift isn't just about Ghana. It's a signal to the continent. Africa is watching, and change is here. The era of waiting for permission is over. Oh, Africa. Breaking free from foreign control. How daring. Ghana's elections? Just a little confirmation that the continent is done playing puppet. Who would have thought Ghana, the poster child of stability and pro-West charm, would elect a leader advocating for gasp self-determination? What's next? Other countries following suit? Unthinkable. The message? Africa's tired of leaders who prioritize foreign interests over their own people. Shocking, right? The American military doctrine. Because nothing says friendship like ensuring allies remain forever dependent on US hardware, intelligence, and training. In Ghana's case, this meant cozy access to strategic military bases, intelligence sharing agreements that conveniently prioritized Washington's agenda, and a growing reliance on US military aid. Because who needs sovereignty when you can have dependency, right? The Pentagon's grand plan? Securing a military foothold across Africa under the noble guise of AFRICOM, officially there to promote stability and counterinsurgencies, but really just ensuring African nations never develop truly independent security capabilities. How thoughtful. Mahama saw through the charade. Ghana had a choice: keep playing by Washington's rules or reclaim control of its own defense. For him, it wasn't just about foreign troops. It was about who controlled Ghana's future. U.S. presence meant Ghana was a pawn in geopolitical power plays, with its national security shaped by foreign interests. The consequences? Limited autonomy, alignment with U.S. policies, whether it benefited Ghana or not, and becoming a target in conflicts that weren't its own. How generous! Mahama's decision to expel U.S. troops sent Washington into a panic. After years of securing influence in West Africa, one of its stable partners was walking away. Cue the domino effect fears. Western officials scrambled, calling the move reckless and warning of insurgencies and instability. Some even tried to spin it as Ghana cozying up to China and Russia. Classic deflection. But across Africa, Mahama's move was seen as bold and long overdue. Countries like Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger had already rejected foreign military dominance, and now Ghana was joining the club. This wasn't just about Ghana. It was a declaration. Africa's security should be handled by Africans. No more exploitative partnerships, no more foreign troops on African soil. What's next? Ghana faces the challenge of building an independent defense system. Mahama's government is already eyeing new strategies, strengthening regional alliances, investing in homegrown infrastructure, and partnering with nations that respect Ghana's sovereignty. Because, shockingly, Africa might just know what's best for itself. Outpost? More like out of here. Ghana's road ahead won't be a walk in the park. Washington won't just shrug this off. Expect economic sabotage, media smear campaigns, and diplomatic pressure to bring Mahama back in line. But guess what? Ghana has made its choice. Sovereignty over subjugation, independence over interference. A future written by Ghanaians, for Ghanaians. Revolutionary, right? Now the big question, will others follow? Africa was never meant to be divided. Those artificial borders, drawn by colonial powers who saw the continent as a giant pie to carve up. The result? A fractured Africa, competing instead of collaborating, with foreign powers still pulling the strings. But a new vision is emerging. One of unity, self-sufficiency, and reclaiming Africa's rightful place on the global stage. At the heart of this, John Mahama. His vision isn't just about Ghana. It's about a united, self-reliant Africa that doesn't need the West to define its future. Bold? Absolutely. He's calling for African unity, economic independence, and resource control. Imagine that, Africa actually owning its wealth. Mahama's plan? Ditch colonial-era currencies like the CFA franc, build continental infrastructure, and create a pan-African security network. He's pushing for nationalized industries, local refining, and intra-African trade. But let's be real. Challenging the status quo comes with risks. Western powers won't let go of their grip without a fight. But hey, Africa's done waiting for permission. The era of neocolonialism, it's on notice.
Thanks for tuning in today. If you found value in what you just watched, please hit that like button and subscribe to join our vibrant community. Your support truly makes a difference. Stay tuned, and I can't wait to share even more mindful content with you next time.